I'm just preparing for my channel. Oh, this is crazy. This is bold. Oh, it's supposed to thunderstorm today, huh?
Yeah, Beau Rivage. Here's the Beau Rivage.
So it's weird, when I give talks, kind of very similar to high school, I don't prepare for it. I'm just not in me. I don't have any slides. I usually just put one slide up. And yesterday I was just mingling with some people, trying to get a feel for the crowd and where I need to be at, talking to the people that organize the event. And it's easier for me that way. I kind of go from the heart when I get on stage. I have an idea what I'm gonna be talking about, but the details are not laid out. So we'll see how it goes. This is just what I always do, and kind of how I did tests back in the high school. I barely passed those. Let's see if I pass this one.
Hi guys.
How are you doing? Good to see you. How you doing? So we'll do a push here coming. I was just waiting on so many events popped up. So I was waiting on some chatter to die, and it was just like a conflict for me to just keep talking about my event, and I'm going to a lot of other events. So
I know.
I had to kind of balance it. Yeah.
You're really not on until 9:30. I just want to make sure you're on time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm always on time.
Okay.
I think. Am I? Ain't I pretty good on that?
You're pretty good. Yeah.
You know I know Brent for a long time, right?
There's a
Poor Dave.
Hand-painted blazer.
I need to put that somewhere safe. I don't know what.
That's cool. Is this like New Orleans?
Yeah.
Company in New Orleans makes them.
We've been traveling so much this year. We traveled about 240,000 miles in a plane this year, and then the last 3 weeks we've just been at home relaxing. Just chilling, and then now we're back on it. We leave out tomorrow, go to Arizona to speak, and then I don't know. I'm actually glad that it's kind of on the same weekend, that way I can get all the traveling done.
I bet you already prepped a speech for Sean and everything else.
Nobody. Matter of fact, Sean, I'm talking about how to be an influencer. I didn't know that until the plane ride over here yesterday.
Yeah, that's even less prep.
That's less prep.
Hey guys, just type in Maxwell. You're gonna start.
Hit the video and start from the back,
Make sure
and I'll be
you
back in an hour.
Hit the bell and get all the notifications.
Mindset. I mean, you're just gonna have to shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
I'm great. I just want anything you want me to add in there?
No, man, just do you.
Can you talk about your jacket? All right. Man, give a round of applause for Adam and Brent. So this is cool. It's cool to actually be here at their event because, like he said, 2 years ago, almost to this day, we were all sitting at our first, my first. I know it was Adam's. He was a pro at it by this time. But our first event together, and we were sitting in a room, and we were like, we can do this. It's crazy that we're here and we're both, passing on the information that we've gained over the years to just give right back. When I've heard that term before, I thought it was a scam back when I was a realtor, just like realtors are allowed to say it now. So I ended up buying this 2004 Volkswagen Jetta Silver for about $800. That was all I had. But the damn car had a bad starter. You guys ever had a bad starter in your car? Raise your hand. Okay, so I'm not alone, right? So if you ever had a bad starter, what do you got to do to start it? You got to hit it. You got to hit it. You got to knock on it with something. So here I am in my mom's house. I pop the hood, and I have a hammer under my driver's seat. And this hammer is to hammer the starter to get it going. So everywhere I'm going, I'm trying to avoid ever cutting off the car, but keep in mind I don't have money for gas, so it's a fine line of being embarrassed or running out of gas or knocking on the starter. So I go pick my friend up anyways. I pick my friend up and I said, all right, we're gonna go do this thing called driving for dollars. You look right, I look left. Now keep in mind, this was only 3 years ago. And we didn't have the technology that we have now, like Deal Machine and all these other apps. So you gotta have Apple Maps open, Redfin open, and you're just screenshotting stuff that you're pinpointing to go home later to enter into Excel and look up on the county records. And this was only 3 years ago. So we did that for an entire afternoon. And then I go back home, and then before we go back home, I said, let's go to an old neighborhood I lived in. I went to Salem Woods, it was an old neighborhood I lived in. And I pulled into the main street in the neighborhood, and about 5 houses on the right, there's a house with tall grass. It's got tall grass, bushes, all the signs that everybody podcast ever tells you, this is it. That house is what they're talking about in the podcast. So what do? I look up the county records when I get home, find out that it's owned by a lady named something Ayers. I forget what it was. At this point, I don't even know what Ayers mean. So I look up what heirs mean, thank God for Google, and I figure out that somebody had passed away and left somebody an heir property. So digging, find out that I got to go to the probate office to find who actually inherited this property. Well, luckily in North Carolina, you could just walk in there and ask for the file and they'll give it to you. They gave it to me, I flipped to the first page, and boom, Amy is the executor of this estate. Awesome. And right below is her address and phone number. This can't get any better. So I leave. At this point, I go to my dad's restaurant. I'm standing out front. I remember this clear as day, and I give her a call. And I'm nervous. I have no idea what to say, except for what I've heard on podcasts and YouTube videos. I say, hey, my name is Max, and I'm an investor. I seen your house there in Salem Woods. Are you interested in selling it? And she says, actually, I might be. But let me talk to my husband. He works on the road, and I'll get back to you probably in a week or so. Well, ain't bad. All right, cool. We hung up, and I'm like, hey, look, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. 20 minutes later, the phone rings. I'm like, hello, this is Max. She said, yeah, I actually talked to my husband, and he said we should sell it. I said, great. What do you want for it? I don't know. I said, would you take $30,000? She said, I don't know. I'll call you back. About an hour later, she calls me. She says, would you do $40,000? At this point, I knew she had some back taxes. So I said, I can't do $40,000, but here's what I'll do. I'll give you $32,000 cash, and I'll pay the back taxes for you. Essentially, it was like a $42,000 offer altogether, something like that. So she accepted the offer. I drove to exit 75, met her at a Waffle House. I never forget it because it's on my way to the airport every time I fly out. 75, met her at a Waffle House and got the contract signed. And here I am. I don't know what to do next. I have no idea. So I got to go refer back to podcasts. I take the contract. I go to the house. I go to my mother's house, and I steal her lawnmower. She got a push mower. So I stole her lawnmower because I wanted to cut the grass and cut the bushes to make it look good so I can take a picture. So I steal the lawnmower, I cut the bushes, cut the grass, cut the bushes, I take a picture and I put it on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm still outside raking up what I've put up and all that stuff. Car rolls up. Lady pops out, hey, is this house for sale? I was like, yeah. The door's open. She goes in there. 5 minutes later, her and her friend walks out. Says, oh, it's too much work, but thank you. I'm like, dang. Phone call. Hey, you got that house for sale? Yeah. Okay. My husband's out of town. He works at the furniture market, but can he come by and see it tomorrow? I said, sure. Doors unlocked, back. There you go. Couldn't even afford a key box or whatever you call it now. So the next day, the guy calls me, hey, look, I just checked out the house. I like it. Hey, can me and my wife come back Sunday? I said, sure, why not? They come back Sunday. They called me and said, hey, look, I'll give you 56 for it or 54 for it, something like that. I don't remember what it was, but I ended up selling it for $54,000. Whatever it was, I made $14,000 in a matter of weeks. And I said, I'm back, baby, I'm back. But I didn't tell my mom, right? Because she was made me like pay some bills and stuff. I wasn't ready to do that yet. So I stayed in that house for almost a year, and I built up about $880,000 worth of assignment fees. $880,000 worth of assignment fees. And at that point is when I moved out and finally got my own place. My mom noticed I had money now. All right, here goes rent for the last year. Here you go. But no, it's been a great ride. And here I am. September 28th has been my 3-year anniversary. I have 14 employees. We're moving to a new office that we're building out now. It's 7,000 square feet, and we're just growing tremendously. We have a multi-million-dollar wholesaling business. We do flips, we do buy and holds. I'm buying some apartments by the end of this year, 32 units. And it's just been a change of life for me very quickly, all in a short amount of time. So for you that know me, you know that I've just documented what I've been doing since day one. It started almost 2 years ago at the Sean Terry event, where I put out like my second video of me traveling with Adam and Brent to that event. So here we are now, and it's just crazy. But the reason why I'm actually up here is because I'm talking about that mindset. The difference between success and not success doesn't start with the actual knowledge you have, but the actual mindset you have to obtain this information. There is nothing special about me. I am a living testament that you do not have to be smart to be a millionaire. I am not smart by any chance. I cannot pass anything. I could probably not do algebra right now because, my teacher lied to me my whole life. She said, "Would you think you're gonna have a calculator with you everywhere you go?" You're damn right, I got an iPhone. I got it everywhere, huh? I went back to speak in my school the other day, and I walked in there with the calculator in my phone like, they lied to us. Yeah, I got an iPhone. I got a calculator everywhere I go, actually. I can pull it up on my watch if I want. So what I'm saying, guys, is you need to challenge everything that you know. And it's gonna sound silly, right? Because when you start challenging yourself, you start to think more, right? I used to watch football. I used to spend, I don't know how many hours a week watching football. It's silly. You're watching a bunch of millionaires running around controlled by a bunch of billionaires, and we at home ain't making no money watching them. They say an average football game is 3 hours. You know how many action is in a 3-hour game? 8 minutes. It's actually 8 minutes of action in a 3-hour game. I'll watch it on Instagram. I ain't got 3 hours to give you. I used to watch Sunday football. I used to watch Red Zone when they talked about it. I used to watch the games. This one that come on at 12:30 all the way till at night. I used to watch Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. My whole life was consumed by watching other people do what they was doing. I challenge myself so much, I don't even listen to music in the car no more. Don't go on a road trip with me. You're gonna hate it. Because we gonna listen to the tires on the road and you just gonna think. I love thinking. I love challenging everything I'm doing. So I want you to adopt that and just challenge. And your friends are gonna look at you weird. They're gonna have no idea. Like how many people you got friends that live for Friday? They just like, oh, it's Friday. I'm gonna meet you. Where you going tonight? I'm at home by 7:30, sleep by 10:30. I ain't got time for it. And it's the normal. We've just grown up like that. 21, I'm going to drink. Yeah, I'm be at the club every weekend. Be drinking every weekend. Challenge that thought. Take that time and invest in yourself. That's all I'm saying. Listen, 3 years ago, I was broke. 3 years ago. Now, I had heartburn the other day. I was looking at my statements and giving my bookkeeper. In the last 3 months, I spent $552,000. Just to be able to do that is what I'm talking about. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying to be able to spend that money and not even notice, that's where you want to be at. But it's only here. You can sit here in front of the best wholesalers, real estate guys. Adam's dad can give you all the gems you ever going to need in life to succeed. But if you do not believe what you're about to hear is it, then it doesn't matter. You might as well get up and leave now. And I think they don't give refunds. So if you get up, you're just going to get up. Right? So I'm not going to sit up here and just bore you guys out with stories and stories, but I really want you to challenge yourself, right? So I think we have a few microphones for Q&A, right?
Yes, we do.
On either side of the room. So if you guys want to ask some questions about anything, about my business, about the success I've had with social media and how to obtain stuff like that, feel free to go along. If not, I'm going to get off stage.
No, you're not going to get off.
Okay, I'm not going to get off stage.
So first of all, you're very inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story. Secondly, what do you find is something successful as far as a lead generator?
That's a big one.
So you'll repeat the question next. I don't know if
Yeah, she said, what do I use or what do I see as something that is successful as a lead generator? Right, so I'm still cheap these days. I'm very cheap. I love to do things that don't take a lot of time, but are very effective, right? So I'm very big in RVMs and text messages. So if I were just to show you what my business looks like, what we do is we get data, and we call these potential prospects, right? And imagine my business is a conveyor belt that continuously moves. And what happens is a list gets dropped on the conveyor belt, and the first place it stops is my cheapest method of marketing, right? So right now, my cheapest method of marketing is RVMs.
Over here, Max.
How you doing?
Morning, Max. How are you?
Doing well.
Personally, what I struggle most with in cold calling is that rejection. You know, you're calling, it's call after call after call, and people just shoot you down, saying mean things to you. I mean, it's been pretty bad. And kind of sticking with your theme of mindset, what are some good mindsets that you've gotten into when maybe you've had days where it's just you've done nothing but get shot down?
All right, so when we leave here tonight, you and I are going to go to the bar, and we're just going to get shot down left and right. And that's just going to build your skin, and you're just going to leave there, and you're just going to be like, you know what? There's nothing worse than tonight. They can't hurt me. Yeah, a little bit of tequila don't help either. But no, honestly, what you have to realize is that it's just another person on the side of the phone, and getting a no is not that bad. It's actually good you got a no, because what hurts our business is maybe. Maybe I want to sell. What do you mean? It's yes or no. So just getting the rejection, sometimes it's just repetition, right? And to realize that a no is actually a good thing, but that the next phone call could be a yes, and that could be your $13,000, $14,000, $20,000 deal. It's just that it doesn't hurt. And I think you may be taking it too personal, but think about if somebody called you and you had a house and they were like, hey, you want to sell it? Like, no, it's not a bad thing. You just don't want to sell. And just move on. I get it. In the beginning too, I think everybody fears that rejection. But then you realize, and if you're just like polite and you just have a good time with it, I think Adam's pretty good. He's good at getting rejected. But no, he's like good at it on the phone too. Like he makes it a thing, and he's real good at like, okay, cool, well, great. You know anybody else? You know, and you just kind of don't take it personally. You move on. It's just a thing where you have to build that rhino skin. Yeah, you're gonna get cussed out. This sucks. But my mom grew up cussing me out, so it was just like I was built for this. Right? So you just get the tough skin, you know what I mean? It's just going to take some time, but I promise you a lot of people in here started with cold calling, and it takes some time to get to that point. But I mean, what's a no? Cool. So this is my time. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be sticking around here all day. Please give a round for Adam and Brent for putting this on again. And I got to ask this question before I leave. How many millionaires are in the room now? So maybe I didn't get myself all the way across. But the information that you're about to receive, you need to believe that it's going to make you who you want to be. Okay? All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of the day. That was good. For no plan. I'm staying tonight, huh? Huh? You staying tonight? Yeah, I'm across the street though. Thanks, brother. That was good, huh? Oh, yeah. Very good. All right, guys, so that wraps me up here in Biloxi, Mississippi at the Real Estate Roundup Live. I love speaking about mindset because it's one of the most important things and overlooked things. Everybody wants the information, but has not prepped their mind to receive it. So now that you prepped your mind to receive the information, you can go to the next step, and that's why they're here.
Yeah, I saw we were making eye contact.
Yeah.
I was like, say hey to Max.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for being a good sport. That was awesome.
No, thank you for coming. You know, obviously, we started back in November watching your videos.
Thank you.
Like,
I
now
can't
you're
even believe that we're here right now.
You guys rocking and rolling yet?
Yeah, we're getting there. We
Cool.
did our first deal back in April. It was actually a land deal.
Oh, wow.
And just watching your videos and understanding that this can be done.
Yeah.
And seeing you in person, it's this is real.
When I started, I actually started putting up a land website, and it worked.
Did it now?
Like a carrot, because nobody has a land website.
Yeah, no one does land.
Nobody does land, right? So then it started to work, but then I got too overwhelmed with everything else, so I just shut the website off. I still have it in the back end of Carrot,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna reactivate it soon because there's now people talking about how to really do it. I'm Max.
Rhonda Chapman.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
From Meridian.
Meridian? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He talks about Meridian.
We've talked to you before.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
We've been dealing with Adam and Brent for
Okay.
a couple of months.
Wow,
They've
yeah.
been kind of
We're
mentoring us,
newbies.
and we're in their mentorship.
Okay.
We've learned a lot, and we're just ready. We're excited.
Ready to rock and roll, right?
We are.
Yes.
We're
Man, I'm
excited
telling
about
you.
this.
We own our own business already, so
Yeah.
we stay really busy.
Yeah.
So we're just now trying to get to that time of the year where we can actually concentrate on.
Isn't it exciting though, like
It is.
learning something new as an entrepreneur?
We're really excited.
Yes.
Because you see all the opportunity because you're already like an entrepreneur, so you get certain things already.
Right.
And you'd be like, oh my God, that's so easy. Let's do it. But yeah, I'm glad you guys came, and Adam and Brent are they're genuine.
They really
They're real
are.
people,
They're so
and they're gonna help
Mr.
you.
Leon is too.
Oh, that dude is a genius.
Yeah, he really
That's a
is.
secret genius.
Yes.
I was going to ask you on the deal that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You said you signed the contract for $30,000 with a lady. How did you do that with no money?
Because my first contracts, and I'll post it. I have the same contract. I put zero money down. It said 0. She was just ready to sell it.
Yeah.
So she didn't know anything about earned money. I didn't have it. She didn't know
Right.
anything. Now I only put down $100 per contract. Well, $100
But you're
earned.
talking about wholesale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're buying hold on.
Yeah.
So
So what?
She just waited on the money from you?
So what happened is we signed the contract, say we're going to close in 30 days, right?
in 30 days you sold it.
And then within that time, I signed it to a guy named Greg Pontillo, and then he brought the money, but he brought 14,000 more because what happens is you sign another contract with Greg and say, Greg, here's a contract saying I'm going to sign you my interest in this contract for 30,000 or 32,000, whatever it was, but you're going to pay me $14,000 for that $30,000 contract, which is still below any wholesale price that you can get, right? So the transaction with me and him is 14 grand at closing, and he was going to inherit that $30,000 contract that I got.
Wow, that's awesome.
So what happens is the reason why even when I see buy and hold people, it's like you still need to learn wholesaling,
Right.
Because one, it's an ATM machine.
Right.
And two, great, we have our own business already, it's doing well. But man, wouldn't you just love to get an extra $300,000-$400,000 to buy passives?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it is just like more money
That's
on.
true.
Yeah, it's like
Adam's told us to concentrate just on one thing, so we really haven't looked into doing wholesaling. or
because
anything.
here's what's cool about the wholesaling aspect is that you get to cherry pick the ones you want and sell off the ones that you don't.
Right. that's
Right, because everybody's got different exit strategy. You're a buy and hold guy, so your buying power should be higher than a flipper. You don't need to, because you're not renovating, you're not putting granite countertops, you're not doing this, you're not bringing it to 2019 HD. You're just trying to get it rentable and where you don't have to go in and do a bunch of maintenance.
Right.
So now I can sell the same property to you a little bit higher than I can sell the flipper because the flipper has to get it to 2018, 19 standards, granite,
Right,
floors,
that's true,
all that
yeah.
stuff. So then your terms are better. You're probably trying to have it paid off in 7 years. You know,
Yeah.
so just all of those things. Yeah, 7 to 10 years. Yeah, a lot of 7 to 10 years, and then you're free and clear. And that 10 should have done it. So now, totally different person. But when you're wholesaling and these deals will come across, and you'll naturally, as you're out searching for rental property, you'll naturally come across deals where you're like, this is a great deal if I was a flipper, but I don't want to do all this work. Let me
Right.
call a flipper. Flipper, give you 10 grand for the house, on top of what you already had it for. And then you're like, oh man, we just made 10,000. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as
My
well.
pleasure.
My name is Dee Dee.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York, but I'm
New-
in Atlanta now.
Atlanta, okay, so not terribly far.
I just want to say first and foremost, thank you for all your good content.
Oh, thank you for
One of
supporting.
Absolutely. One of my good friends he worships you. I was trying to get him on the phone because he was like, I'm so mad I didn't go. I wanted to ask you like the stupidest question.
Awesome, ain't no stupid questions, but go ahead.
I know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I need a skip trace service because what I've been doing, right, is the dude I was trying to introduce you to, he's literally been skip tracing them manually by hand, like old school, like you used to
Yeah.
do it. And I was like,
You gotta speed up this process.
That's right. But I still have to bow down because his skip trace information is almost 100% accurate compared to me buying skip trace services, and I'm getting 10%, not even 6% return, and his is almost 100%. And I'm only talking to you because I know you the man.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna bow down and humble myself, but I understand that you probably do have one of the best skip trace services out here. But
we're relaunching it today, though.
I swear to God.
At 15 cents.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Because the machine is raping me at 90 cents.
Yeah, you get it.
And my leads aren't, I'm literally crying. These are real tears.
No, it's cool. Listen, we're relaunching today. Actually, you can use it now and give me real feedback.
Yes,
that way I can fix and do anything. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let me give you my card.
Please.
I would love to keep in contact with you.
Absolutely.
I have some deals that I think that you'll be interested in, and I'll definitely send them your way.
Okay.
But right now, we just hustling real hard.
I like that. Good to meet you. Thanks for coming. Absolutely.
Thank you.
How you doing, brother? You good?
What's up, man?
Nice
George.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
brother.
To meet you, man.
Yeah. Everything good?
I haven't done a deal yet, but I've been following you like a lot, man, and you're very inspirational, dude. Like,
thank you, brother.
It's amazing, and I'm actually going to use your REI skip. Like,
please do.
Yeah, especially since it's coming out today, right?
Yeah, it's relaunching today. Yeah, so it's up now, but you can. The beta version we've been testing with beta users at beta.reiskip.com, but we'll change that to just reiskip.com here very shortly. I think later today.
Okay, because I know it's like cheaper than batch script skip.
It's 15 cents.
Yeah.
And we got better data.
And better data.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm a data guy. I like a lot of people. That's kind of like my secret sauce from the beginning, is that I was the guy that was obsessed with data. Right. So.
Yeah, I'm a handyman actually out
where you at?
In Washington.
Okay.
I'm licensed and bonded out there.
Okay.
And just, man, ever since I got a hold of you guys, I was doing property management with like a bigger team.
Yeah.
As a maintenance guy, and then now I just like started doing my own thing. I own a duplex now.
Okay.
I was on it like 2 weeks ago.
Nice jacket, buddy.
So, yeah, man. Can I get a picture?
Please, I would love to.
You want me to take it for you? Yeah, please.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Dude, thanks so much.
Yeah, man. I'll see you around. I got to go switch out my hotel rooms, but yeah, I'll see you guys around, man. How you doing, brother?
Hey.
Nice to meet you, man. Max, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Hey, I just want to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. My pleasure. You guys doing good?
I watched some of your videos.
How you doing, man? I remember your face from somewhere. Let me tell you, military?
Military.
Pilot?
Army officer, ordnance.
You play around helicopters and stuff?
I do.
See?
Yeah, I do.
Right? So I pay attention.
Man,
I pay attention. What's up, man? How you doing? Nice to meet you, man. My pleasure.
And I gotta thank you. I gotta thank you that 30-day wholesaling challenge you did.
Got you motivated, ready to go.
Deal.
Yeah. Congrats, man.
Thanks,
I'm thinking about doing it again in November, but
Dude, you
I'm so close to.
do it. I did 30-day challenge, but I ain't submit the deal because I was too busy about the chick. I said, oh, I got to see the video.
Yeah.
Is that weird now that you've built your brand that like everybody knows what you're doing, where you're at?
It's a little. Sometimes it's a little. It can be like that, but it's cool though. I love I haven't any weird stuff happen yet, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's just been mad cool, like, yo, I love everything. I'm like, yo, I appreciate you guys. So I haven't had any weird shit happen yet.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Good.
So
that was the fear I had. I was
yeah.
like, man, I listened to Gary Vee. I was like, I got to start focusing on my brand.
Mm-hmm. It's important.
Closed a deal from Instagram last week.
Wow.
Yeah, super awesome. And I was
That's
like,
cool.
crap, now this stuff freaking works. I have to
It's
actually
real.
pay attention to it.
It's real, yeah.
But yeah.
And your brand is important, right? Just like how you carry yourself in the public and how you're always around. Whether you want to go big with your brand or you just your brand, period. Everybody has a brand.
Yeah.
Everybody has a brand, whether you want it to be public or just out there, but you need to just take care of that brand.
Yeah.
Cool? Well, it's good meeting you guys, man. I'm gonna go change my hotel room real quick.
You want to grab a photo real
Yeah,
quick?
please. See you guys around, man.
Thanks so much for everything, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome, man. Absolutely, man. I'll see you guys around for sure.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man.
So
Okay.
I want to buy in like Hendersonville or Brevard.
Okay.
But are you? Because I'm going to try to take what I'm
Yeah.
finally trying to come learn it. But you're on the other side. But they didn't.
I'm in the
realize-
I'm in the
I
middle.
didn't realize you're so national.
I'm in the
Oh,
middle.
yeah.
So our new 8,000 square foot office, we'll be doing the entire state.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, I may ask for an opinion,
I'd love to give it to you.
but I decided I'm going to go up to either Hendersonville or Brevard.
I would love to.
Because I live in Atlanta.
Okay.
But I
Hendersonville is great because you're getting that part of Charlotte that like it's stretching.
You know, my husband calls it the Asheville effect, right? The halo effect of Asheville.
Exactly.
Which is true.
100%.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
we'll
be in
talk.
touch.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
How you doing?
I do, man. Nice to meet you, brother.
Wall, nice to meet you.
I'm coming. I'm going this way.
Hey, I just want to introduce myself. I want to say your videos actually got me into wholesaling.
Where you living out here?
No, I live in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, word. Yeah, come on. I'm about to be up there.
Oh, really?
I do some investing up there
When?
too. Soon, because my cousin played for Columbus Crew when he lives up there now.
The soccer team?
Yeah. So
yeah, actually, I got my real estate license last year.
Okay.
And in the process of doing that, I was just looking up videos on
my
YouTube.
cousin owns some property up
And
there
then
too.
you popped up. I was like, wholesale.
Well, let's connect before we get out of here. I'm here all night.
Hello, man.
What's up, brother?
I'm Eric.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, man.
Everything good?
It's going good.
Where's your market at? You here?
Hampton Roads, Virginia.
Oh, okay, so you up there.
Yeah,
But
man. That's awesome. I appreciate all you do, man.
Absolutely, man.
That's how I found Adam and Brent when you had Adam on your podcast.
That's my dude, man. He's hilarious. If y'all see him outside of here, that dude is hilarious.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. I know you told me to talk to you after this. I don't know when to at what point to get another stream of like marketing. So like right now I'm doing cold calling.
Master, sorry, why you got the whole rucksack with you, sir? Is there something going on I need to know? Yo, okay. We gonna chop it up today, sir. All right, cool. All right. That's my dude, man. He off the chain.
He was at WELIVE.
Yeah,
I remember
all
you
of
was
them.
talking about it.
That's my guy.
I was there at WELIVE too with Adam and Brent.
That's my guy right there. It's funny.
Yeah, man. I'm just kind of having a hard time expanding. Don't know like when to add a second stream or what to add. Because right now I'm doing cold calling. I've got a few deals off of there. But I'm just trying to look for a different
Marketing channel
with text message. And when do I take on that second marketing channel?
You'll know. You probably know now. You're just afraid to come on, like bring up the expense part of it. It's part of it. You know what I'm saying? This is a risk. Everything we do is a risk. You're gonna know. Yeah. You'll know. You'll get that. Yeah, you'll get that edge. You know that. Oh, okay. Let me try something else. And then the money's right too. You're like, oh, okay. But you need to master it. Just don't play in it. Don't half step it.
Right.
Like if you go all the way. Like every marketing that you've ever heard of works. Just how much effort you put into it. Right. And that's where a lot of people lack. It's like go all the way and go in there. Yeah. How you doing, darling? Good to see you.
Hi, it's good to
How's
see
everything?
You too. Wonderful. I'm learning
Glad you made it. I didn't know you were coming, so baby.
I didn't either. I was called in on one of their podcasts and they gave me a ticket.
Oh, okay. You always luck up.
Yes.
I like that. It's everything's in your favor right now. Keep going.
Yes, thank you so
I'm glad to see you.
Quick advice about dropping content.
About doing what?
Dropping content. So like I used to be a YouTuber before YouTuber was YouTube. So like when they first started monetizing for people, I got the email, but I never
pursued it
like that. So like now I'm back into it, but I don't want to get too caught up just looking like this about real estate because I heard you talking about that with Gary. But just like everybody starting off with that or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to just get it going.
Well, if you know, like before, it's consistency is what matters, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be doing these videos, and ain't nobody gonna be watching in the beginning.
Yeah. So that's what I was asking.
And that's what I was doing, was just documenting for myself. Yeah. Put it out. If people like it, they'll watch it.
315. Austin 315.
Just gonna give them away. Try to give them away too. Just letting you know I don't need a receipt or anything.
Okay. 521.
521. I'm not gonna need this, so you can have it.
Cool.
I ain't making it over there. You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Oh, lens fog. I can't see you.
So you're originally from Arizona?
No, sir. I'm originally from New York. I live in North Carolina. I've been in North Carolina since I was a child, though, so North Carolina's home.
Why you travel so much?
I don't even know how you say it. I'm a real estate investor and also like a YouTube influencer.
What's your name?
Maxwell.
I heard that name before.
Oh, good stuff.
I heard it before. Matter of fact, I think. Let's see, I'm on YouTube.
Okay. Say it again, 2020?
Yep. 2020 gonna be great. 2020 gonna be great.
Yeah, I believe so too.
It's gonna be great.
2019 was great too, though.
Yeah.
If it gets better, I can't wait.
2020. It's gonna be great. Alright, Flying with America. It's gonna be this first one right here.
Drop off max on the right.
Appreciate it, brother.
Right here, right there. You guys have a good one.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna pop
sir.
the trunk for you as well.
Awesome.
So
Thank you,
remember
man.
everything I said too.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I ain't gonna be needing these. I ain't gonna be.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Come back for the rest of the year.
And guess what? I'm gonna play as well.
Do it, man. Put it out there.
Thank you, man.
I don't have to do a tip, do I? On the Uber app.
You should be like,
left it on the table.
Flight 520 service to Phoenix out of the door mark 822.
Do not, in case of
Coffee, do not use the elevator
fire.
water.
That's great. Yo, you need your bag, bruh.
Why?
It ain't mine.
Yo, man, that was a long day you had.
Bro, it's been a long year. Where are you at right now?
So I'm in like Arcadia. We'll come to you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm at the Renaissance behind the
stadium in
stadium.
Glendale.
The Renaissance behind the stadium on the west side. Perfect. We'll see you there.
All right, brother.
All right, guys, so we just got to Phoenix, Arizona area. Early flight, layover in Dallas. Now we're here, about to get up with my dude Jamil. Go shoot something real quick before we got to get on stage tomorrow. But let's go get in some trouble. You guys follow me.
I want to see what does it look like when Silicon Valley comes into a town and they start purchasing houses and they renovate them for the general public. And what does it look like when a mom and pop groups come in and do the exact same thing Silicon Valley does? And what's the difference in product?
When we rehab, it's not a profit first mentality when we're building and when we're rehabbing. Like, we got to actually pull on the heartstrings of the purchaser. We know that. It's like it's built into it. Even if it costs us more money to put this thing in or that tile or this chair rail in the dining room or that, we was like, oh, but that is the feature. That's what people want now. So you can't avoid, it's not a, it's like, well, it doesn't make economic sense, but it makes sense for it to finish, to complete.
You spend an extra $100 on your faucet in your
100%
in your kitchen, or you put the water spout or whatever that looks like.
You put mirrors in there that have a touch LED system so that the woman can have natural colored lighting, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just things like spend the extra money on the bathroom fan because it has a Bluetooth speaker in it. Because you know that's a touch you like and stuff like that.
It's about you though, right? I think what you just said is the important thing, because you said it's because it's what you like. So you're taking your personal experiences, how you live, the quality, the accoutrements of your living capacity.
Because I'm a part of the community, so more than likely, if I like it, you know, it's
somebody in the community.
Yeah, it's usually something that's not far-fetched from what everybody else would see as a cool feature.
So to be fair, I don't know what we're walking into today. We're here.
But look at the house next door.
Look at the house next door.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm out here in Arizona, and I'm with my boy Jamil. And what's happening is we're gonna check out a property that was bought and rehabbed by Open Door. And then we're gonna go to one that was done by, you know, a regular local guy here, and just kind of check out the difference. So run with this on this, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know the results.
So no realtor, so our realtor key is not gonna work. So they've asked me to download an app, so I'm doing that right now. It's hot, it's like 100 degrees outside. So this is a little bit of a hiccup, but nothing that we can't handle.
So this is kind of cool and, you know, different at the same time.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to an Open Door house?
I've never been to. Oh, look, unlocking. Whoa, that's neat. That was neat.
That was pretty cool. So a couple things. As a flipper myself, one of the hardest things about flipping a property is the finishing details. It is the part that takes the longest. So when you're ripping out walls and doing new stuff, that stuff's actually easy and moves pretty quick.
Right.
But the moment I step in the house, I'm starting to see stuff that I would never do in any of my projects. One is, I smell fresh carpet.
Yep.
Okay, two, I'm more than likely always gonna paint. Now, if this is a rehab, I'm gonna paint. But then I noticed we got old covers on the outlets.
There's not even a
and there's no cover on that one. Now, I know it might seem simple to you guys, but these are the differences on what actually sells a house and what doesn't.
Popcorn.
Yeah, you got the popcorn. I'm not gonna ding them on the popcorn because sometimes it's economical better to leave it.
Yeah.
But $1 cover is not acceptable. So you got this. This just requires a little bit of glue and holding. If you want, well, first we would have never kept these. So in North Carolina, standard kitchen is a 10 by 10. So you can get these tops for about $1,500.
And I'm not mad at these cabinets because I think these cabinets are usable. You could paint
them in new fixtures.
Yep.
I'm just having to see some of this stuff from my own as far as this property. Absolutely amazing.
It's crazy, right?
And this is listed at 208.
This is listed at 208. This is ARV. We would buy this house at around 140.
Yeah, estimated Zestimate is 210. They're at 208.
They're at ARV.
And they were started at 210. They took the price down $2,000. It's been on Zillow 14 days. And that's simple Rust-Oleum paint.
Yeah, that's Tremclad.
Yeah.
Right? That's a Tremclad situation.
So it says that they purchased this in September for $195,200.
Right.
Is that the actual purchase price?
No, so that's going to be the purchase price before their credits.
Okay.
Right? So the way that Open Door does their purchasing is that's probably the line one number that they gave to the homeowner. So $195,000 was what their offer price was. And then the way that it works here in Arizona, page 8 has all of the deductions, or they have an addendum as well. So the addendum would then say credit for market risk, and then there's likely going to be some credits for repairs, right? So I haven't seen the final HUD on their purchase on this property. I don't think it would be very difficult for us to reach the original homeowner
and get the
see
price.
If they wanted to share that with us to find out what they actually netted on this. But from what I'm looking at right now and what we would typically pay, this is around $140,000 to $150,000 purchase as is. In the shape it's in right now.
The current rehab condition of Open Door.
Correct.
Which is probably close to what they got, or less.
Right. So is this then where they're just buying it, putting it on the market at ARV, doing the bare minimum, and then the money that we would spend as rehabbers that would go back into the property, is that just disappearing in profit?
So I'm a little bit confused because, coming from doing Silicon Valley stuff and like creating an app, I wonder if this buy-in, this purchase and this let go it just doesn't, on the books, the your numbers just doesn't make sense for a company. So there has to be something that is going on that I'm not completely understanding. That just doesn't make sense because this is not a finished product.
Not in my opinion.
And the only way you would put a product like this on the market is if you bought it wrong and you're just trying to get away from it at this point. Here we go with the same exact, this is an unrenovated hotel room. Oh my God. You need some B-roll on that shower. Calcium built up on that handrail in that shower.
Oh wow, you gotta see that.
This is, I couldn't have put a product. This is a little bit below my rental standards. As to like, hey, you're gonna sign a lease in my new rent house? Because I would at least I would give them new fixtures and I would fix the toilet. You look at the baseboards there.
Yeah.
Like I want somebody to be proud that this is their home, right? Because if I'm doing a rental property, I want them to come in with, oh my God, the landlord actually takes care of this stuff. So I hand it to you clean and I expect it back. But if I give it to you half done or half.
They're gonna be like, the landlord doesn't care about us.
Correct.
Why should we care about him? I get that.
This is not a finished product.
It's not a finished product. Sorry, Open Door. I mean, we came here with high hopes and truly expecting something different. In my opinion, I think I don't know what the local investors are doing, right? So I have to preface that with we haven't seen with what that next product is going to be like.
So the next we're going to visit.
It's just it's a local investor who bought and flipped. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not an acceptable product, and I couldn't be here, and it wouldn't fly. This is below a rental standard in my community back in North Carolina. But as you can see, you got some of the behind the scenes of what we're filming with Jamil. Is that we're coming. This is my first time ever coming to an Open Door. I get this question a lot. Hey guys, what about these e-buyers, these iBuyers? What do we? At the end of the day, if they keep putting out products like these, I welcome them to come into my market because you won't last. Things will sit on inventory. I know realtors in my market that wouldn't even list this property because of some things that haven't been done. If you simply can't get me $1 covers from Home Depot to change out, you can't do simple things. You can't clean, wipe, use Clorox. You won't last long in this business. And I don't care how many Silicon Valley dollars you have or who's backing it. But right now, this one, and this is only number one, that algorithms cannot do what the human side of us investors do when it comes to flipping and buying. Can't do it.
We're out here in Phoenix, Arizona at an investor flip.
Yeah.
Actually, oddly enough, this is one that Keegley sold to an investor. So I gotta say, Open Door wins this. Open Door wins this. For sure, because well, I mean, we were in here pretty quick.
But the
Supras are janky. Supras are janky.
They haven't changed the box at all, though.
No.
Right off the bat, Smells better. I can see that they put that accent wallpaper or something, whatever that is, up, and they stage the place. That's one thing that we do as flippers to help us sell things faster, is we stage them. Smells like, oh, come on, you kidding me?
I was gonna say, like, these cabinets look like the same cabinets we just walked out of.
Yeah. So only thing I'm gonna ding this guy on, it's great cabinets. He went with the granite countertop, the sink, everything. I love the color he did. The only thing he failed on was the hinges. He replaced everything except for the hinges. Right, so just a little small attention to detail, but he still wins because these are the same cabinets we've seen. They were brown probably 30 days ago. Head here for the shower and everything else. I don't know if he did this new or just repainted it, probably repainted it, but it looks good. So his selling points when he walks in, assuming that it's a typical husband and wife couple or maybe just a woman that's gonna buy this, he's nailed it with the kitchen, the colors go well. The house smells good. It feels like somebody lives here. I can imagine it being home. I mean, right now, Open Doors 0-1, eBuyers 0-1.
Yep.
I mean, if we did this all day, I have a feeling that the product is gonna be the same.
I think so.
Because putting out that product in the last one, you can never let that out with a local investor.
Right.
Nope. Yeah, once again, we don't prep. I have a topic, but I think it's gonna need some expanding. I got a lot of sleep last night.
Did you?
I slept like 10 hours. That never happens.
That.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, you don't.
Good to see you, man. How you doing? Good to see you, man.
Good to
How's
see
the
you.
family? Max Maxwell, nice to meet you. Morning.
How you doing?
How was yesterday?
Yesterday was awesome.
That's cool.
Looking for you today.
All right.
Nice.
How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Sure, absolutely.
I'm in
Awesome,
a
thank you.
meetup group in Nashville.
How are you?
And I was like,
Okay, yes, how you doing?
Selfie.
Cool, let's do it.
I love you, man.
I
I've
love
listened
you
to
too.
every
Thank you.
podcast, every. Okay, let me open my phone first. Perfect. Good deal.
Awesome,
All right,
thank you.
so
Good seeing you,
much.
absolutely.
So glad.
Good to see you, man. You doing all right?
You're the reason why I came.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. How you doing, brother?
It's nice
Good to see you.
Okay, if I ask you a question
Sure.
about consistency?
Yeah.
I already asked this to Sean, but I want to hear your input of it.
Yeah.
So right now it's like, yeah, we're getting leads, we're getting like a motivated sellers, but the problem is they're not closing fast enough with the buyer. How do you make sure that the buyer ends up closing super fast?
It's just kind of vetting your buyers and making sure that the right buyers, because most buyers, they have cash. It's a 7-day close, 10-day close. You know, most of the time, a lot of guys that have hard money or private money, they got to jump through some hoops.
Yeah.
But guys with actual cash just stroke a check and stuff like that. So I would get better at your disposition side and find better buyers that can facilitate what you're trying to actually do.
And
yeah.
that's what you do.
100%. Yeah.
So on the contract, you say they need to close in 7 days.
Oh yeah, well we vet our buyers. We have a very extensive buyer vetting program. So we make sure that you know, find the right buyers.
Thank you, man.
Screen them.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Take a selfie before
Yeah, absolutely.
Come here.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Can I take a picture?
Absolutely. How you doing?
With what, Jamel?
Yeah, I was with Jamel yesterday. Yeah. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you
See
so
you
much.
guys. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I said, Max is coming today.
Yeah, I'm here.
I said, Max is coming today. And I said, oh my God, there he is.
Absolutely. How are you doing this morning?
My husband is such a huge fan of yours, and I am too. And I was like,
Send it to him and rub it in. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
I take two.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'll see you later, right? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, brother? Oh, no problem.
Big fan, big fan.
Big fan, big fan.
Okay, now we gotta get good light because
I can't believe I got fans. What have I done?
Oh yeah, you got this. We just need a light.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it when there's backlit, right?
So, yeah.
No, we should be here. Where's the light?
Stand under the spotlight.
Okay, come in.
Good.
Okay. Can you see us?
Yes.
Okay.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, man.
Doing well. Nice to meet you.
Can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd love to. Is the green one this way?
Yeah, it's
Probably on this next. Got it. Okay. Yeah, awesome, man. Thank you, man.
I'll come back for you once I get him on stage.
Perfect. I'll be here.
Oh, mic'd up.
We have an incredible gentleman here that flew all the way out here, North Carolina. Now, I'm going to tell you something else too. He had his event, Wholesaling Elite event, and literally he put over 1,000 people in a room just like this. 1,000 people. That, my friends, is not easy. So, if you guys could stand on your feet right now, because the man, the influencer of the real estate space, has come all the way out here to show us how it is done. Please help me welcome up the one, the only Maxwell.
Man, thank you so much for having me. This is crazy. This is crazy. Give him a round of applause. So 2 years ago, almost to this date, I sat somewhere over there in the corner at a round table, like Sean said, with my cowboy hat. And I was a year in this business, and I've already done close to maybe $600,000-$700,000 at that point, but I needed more. So this was my first real estate event that I ever went to, was Extreme Freedom. Before I even got to this position, I thought money was a limited thing. How many don't lie, how many raise your hand if you thought money was only for the 1%, that you couldn't get your fair share, like millions of dollars would never happen? Same here. Guess what? They print that shit every day. Every day they print money. And when you start to realize that, you're like, man, I can get my share. So I look at the tax bracket, right? I didn't know I was in the top 1% of America. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Is the IRS in here? Because I'm broke. So the whole point of this conversation, I'm telling you, is you need to challenge every single thing that you think is right and do it the other way to make sure what you've learned is not just a habit and an automatic motion of the 95% of your brain. And the only way to break that Ethernet cord between the two neurons is to have an opposing thought continuously that fires off the other direction. So you have to challenge the way you think in order to change the first half of the game to make it the way you want it to be the second half of the game. Understand? So if you've ridden in a plane, raise your hand. A lot of us, right? So on the way over here, Dave, we were speaking in Mississippi yesterday or day before, whatever. We're in the plane, and I'm always with my big headphones on because I don't want anybody to talk to me when I'm on the plane. It's weird conversations on the plane. I don't know why that happens. But for some reason, my headphones wouldn't turn on, and the lady standing in front of me, and she's talking about the safety instructions for this flight. And she says, in case of an emergency, the oxygen bags are going to drop below. Even though it's not inflated, oxygen is still flowing, but put your mask on first before you help your child or the person next to you put their mask on. And I'm thinking, what a selfish mother. Why won't I help my child put their mask on? That's stupid. And I started thinking, wait, it makes sense. How many of us go through life trying to put the oxygen mask on a friend, a family member, somebody else, and you ain't even breathing correctly yet? Raise your hand. Okay? So the reason why that made so much, it was so troubling, I made a post about it yesterday on Instagram. I was like, this is crazy. My whole life, I've probably been going around trying to help somebody else put their mask on. You need to be selfish in order to be selfless. Get to the top and throw a rope down and pull somebody up with two hands. Yes. Not while you're going up and trying to grab with one. But you have to genuinely care and genuinely want to see people succeed. I did a YouTube video. I did YouTube for a full year without receiving a penny. Matter of fact, I found my first shooter, what they call the guy with the camera at Best Buy, and I took him and I started paying him $400 a week. I did it with no expectations other than just doing it. And this business can get very lonely. Can get very lonely because not a lot of people around you are going to think the way you think. Give, because you receive 10, 20, in my case, 1 million times back. And that's the reason why I'm standing on this stage today, not because I got a successful wholesaling real estate business, is because I was willing to give back with no expectation of return. And what it actually turned into was more than I can ever expect to get back, right? So everybody share. Sharing is caring. You guys go out and do the same thing. I appreciate everybody. I love you guys. Appreciate it. My God, man. Thank you, brother. I really do.
Good job, man.
Thank you, sir. Be something to remember.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Good meeting you, brother. That was good, man.
Good
Thanks
picture, man.
Yeah,
Good
I would
picture.
love to. Yeah, let's get this one. Let's post this one. Oh, the backlight. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Dave, get one. Oh, he got it.
Dave's on it.
No, thanks for having me.
Humble and so just very relaxed.
It's crazy. A lot of people don't know that I was watching your stuff in the beginning, and that's what like that event. You know, at that time I still had my own. I was doing my own video.
Yeah.
And then when I went home and then hired somebody, and that event is what swung me out, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. A lot of good things came out of that, man.
Great story, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Great. And that questions, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we haven't done any Q&A.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was perfect.
Got it.
People
Okay.
have been chomping at the bit.
Oh, so they ready for it now. They ready for it.
It was actually really, really good. So, very impressed, man. You're
Thank you,
awesome.
brother. I appreciate it, man.
People, yeah, really, really good. Let's do a... All right, look who I'm with.
The man.
In the house.
Thanks for having me, brother.
He just killed it on the stage, absolutely crushed it. If you haven't followed Maxwell, you got to do it right now. The guy's insane. He's amazing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks
Seriously,
for coming out.
man.
Where you headed back to,
Absolutely.
man?
I got to go back home. So I recently got a ranch, so I got horses and stuff now.
Yep.
So I'm trying to spend a lot more time at home than I'm traveling. I mean, we've done 250,000 miles this year in a plane, just in the United States. And every week, every day. Like by Wednesday, we're hitting the road and we're back home like Sunday, Monday. Wow. And we've been just ripping and running. And it's just part of just building a brand.
You've been hitting. I mean, yes.
I was a good crowd. I mean, it's a good event. I mean, Sean Terry's like one of the GOATs in our industry. So it's been an honor to be 2 years ago, was sitting in the crowd, and 2 years now speaking in it, and so many people knowing who I am and being able to influence a lot of people to get off their butt and do something with real estate, do something, period. So long weekend, get back on the plane here in a few hours, and then back to North Carolina, go see Oki, my horse, and then keep trucking. We at it again.